Hi everyone! I was so surprised when I unboxed my Writers in Residence program to find that the combined student text and workbook were over 500 pages long, and immediately my concern was that I had chosen a program that's going to be way too difficult for my children. And I was wondering, maybe you guys are having those same concerns. And so I actually was very, very impressed with the program when I got to looking at it. I think it's very kind, very gentle, and I think the students will really learn a lot. And so I wanted to go through the books to help you, maybe to alleviate your concerns. We're going to take a look especially at Volume 1, but anything that I say should be consistent among the other volumes. We know that Volumes 3 and 4 are in the works. They're just not here yet. And but there is so much consistency between Volume 1 and Volume 2 that I think that we'll find that the whole thing is very consistent. So there is a table of contents. Make sure that you look very carefully at your table of contents because it really helps you to find your way, navigate, and see how the whole program works. But what I really wanted to show you was the quick guide, which I think is the best page in the whole book for parents. It shows right off the bat that there are 6 units in Level 1, 4 units in Level 2, and there's only one writing assignment per each unit. There's a lot of work in this program, but it all helps build towards creating 6 really, really well-written pieces of writing. So the assignments will focus on sentence structure, parts of speech, punctuation, capitalization, usage, and a lot of emphasis on revision, which is kind of uncommon among writing programs. I think a lot of writing programs just gear towards writing the paper one time, maybe one revision, and then you move on. But this program is different, and I really, really like that. I think the kids are going to find that it's very gentle and very kind to them. I like this page because it's an entire year on one page. So you can see for Unit 1, you can see the writing assignment, the emphasis, and the language arts component to it, and each of the units is different. So you can see for Unit 1, the emphasis on building strong sentences, whereas creative writing or opinions will be further on. This is a great page to focus on. Let's take a look at the grading policy. The author of this program says that she does not recommend that a letter grade is assigned to any of the writing assignments, and there will be point systems though called rubrics and checklists that we will discuss in just a moment. She does say, however, that the unit reviews and the mastery tests can have grades if you would choose to do so. Your co-op tutor will let you know. I know for Level 1 this year, I'm not going to be assigning grades to the tests and reviews. We're just going to discuss those during class time. So if you want a letter grade, you need to let your co-op tutor know that right away at the beginning of the semester. Let's look at the daily schedule. We will be using this every single day, and so we will do most of the teaching and tutoring and things like that, but if you parents could help the kids stay on track, that would be really helpful. You can see that everything is color-coded, so Module 1 is blue, Module 2 is green, and so on. And you can also see that they have broken the homework up into 4 days per week. And we will try to complete as much work during class time as possible to minimize homework for your students. This is a class, you can see that there's a lot of homework, and so you don't want your student to fall behind. And so please help your kids, remind them to do their work and remind them to look at the website. But overall, the assignments are very, very short, and they all work towards creating those 6 or 4 really, really well-written pieces of writing. Let's turn over to the second page here for the suggested schedule, and you can see that the final review is supposed to take place on week 32. Well, what we really need is a minimum of 33 weeks to complete this whole program, because week 1, typically we don't do a lot of academic content. It's mostly to get to know the routine and welcome the students, get to know the tutor, navigate our way through the book and the textbook, the workbook, as well as the website. So we would actually need 33 weeks to do all of this. However, the co-op schedule only has 31 weeks on the schedule. So we need to find a way as tutors to make up those additional 2 weeks, and that's even if we don't have a snow day, so it could be even more. So right now the plan is to try to utilize the fall break, the Christmas break, and the spring break somehow to try to fit the entire program into the school year, because it was a little bit pricey, and it's a great program, and we want your students to get the most use out of it as possible. So maybe we'll make some short videos and have the kids do maybe a week or 2 of the assignments at home independently. I wanted to go through the difference between rubrics and checklists because those are both ways that we do assign points in this program. Each module has a rubric and each module has a checklist. This is an example of a rubric, and a rubric is a student self-evaluation tool. They give themselves points based on how they've done. So here's the point system, 5 points down to 1 point. Here's an example. It says, my memories are specific and vivid. So the student will go back to that particular piece of writing and read it again and ask themselves, did I write about my memories in a way that are specific and vivid? And if it's the best work they've ever done, they give themselves 5 points. And if it's an area that they need to improve in, they only give themselves 1 point. And so it's a way for the students to really be honest with themselves about how much effort went into their piece of work. And it also points out areas that need revision. And like I said, this program is revision heavy, so they will have those opportunities to go through and revise their piece of work so that in the end, when they're done with the final revision, they're really proud of their work. So this is a rubric. It's a student evaluation tool, self-evaluation tool. This is a checklist. The checklist is to be filled out by both the student and the person awarding the points. So what the student's part is, when they complete assignment, like here's module 1.5, the assignment is called Panning for Gold. When this assignment is done, the student puts a check mark in the box, and this is ensuring that the student knows which assignments were given and that they have an active role on this page. They know exactly what they are going to be earning points for, and they know the system for the points being awarded, so there's no surprises there. Now, the person awarding the points, we're assuming you want that to be the tutor at co-op, but if you would prefer as a parent to award those points yourself, that's completely fine. Just let us know, okay? And there's a total number of points for each one, and so this is a way to keep the students on track. There is a final review in the back, and you can take a look at that if you choose to do so. It doesn't look like a final review, so it was kind of difficult to find. Like I said, in level 1, it's just going to be a discussion in class, but level 2 might have it as an actual assignment that maybe has a grade. So you just take all of these different topics and talk about how each one of them contributes to good writing. I really like this program. I think that the students will find that it's easy to use, and I think they're going to learn a lot about how to create good pieces of writing through revision and looking at each individual part of speech when they do their revisions. And I think it's a great program, and you know, it's a really big book, but I think that your students will really like it, and I think that you'll be happy that you put them in this class. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. Thank you. Bye-bye.